This wasn't a big issue in a way in Canada 6 months ago either. And now, I tell you, I think I've talked to every reporter from the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation about 4 times. They are paying serious attention to what you all are doing. And one of the big reasons for that is Maude Barlow, who runs the Council of Canadians, and she is a great lady and a great fighter. And here she is.
Well, hello, you awesome water warriors. It is such a marvelous thing to be here. I am so glad I came, and I have to tell you, there are a lot of Canadians here, and millions of Canadians who wish they were here and here in their hearts. I promise you that. And I call you water warriors because there are many reasons to fight Keystone, but there is none more important than the water crisis and the destruction that the tar sands oil is doing to water. In northern Alberta, they're holding the poison water, massive amounts of it, in great big holding tail ponds that are so poisoned that when birds land on them, they die or they have to be put to death by the many thousands. This poison is in our groundwater, it's in the fish, it's in the wildlife, and it's affecting terribly the people downstream in the tar sands. Now they're preparing to take that dirty oil, the dirtiest oil on earth, and take it over the Ogallala Aquifer, which is the water that produces most of the food for the United States, which is already a deeply distressed aquifer. You want to talk about jobs? Stop and think what would happen if there's a major spill, and I promise you there will be, in the Ogallala Aquifer, and what will happen to the jobs and lives and livelihoods of thousands, maybe millions of Americans who depend on that area for food production and their whole economy. And then they're going to take it to Texas, where they don't have any water. Do you know how much water it takes to refine this dirty oil? 3 to 5 barrels of water for every unit of oil that you get out of it. That means that Texas is going to be taking water it doesn't have and poisoning it. This is, you want to know, our Prime Minister Harper calls this a no-brainer decision. Well, this is a no-brainer decision for sure. The answer has to be no. And may I remind us that we are a planet running out of clean water. There's a new study that says by 2030, fully 40%, or the demand for water, will outstrip supply by 40%. That denotes a horrible amount of suffering around the world. Everywhere that we have water, we have to take care of it because we don't have enough if we don't take care of it. This is the most precious thing we have, and every decision what we make must be made around its protection. You need to know, however, that Keystone's not the only pipeline. You've heard about the others in Canada, but you might not know that there's one called the Alberta Clipper, and it's already taking tar sands, bitumen, crude oil from the tar sands to 17 refineries on the U.S. side of the Great Lakes. This is going to put the Great Lakes in serious danger. The Great Lakes are already endangered, and this is about the worst thing that we could be doing. And then there's Trailbreaker, which is a proposed pipeline to take Alberta bitumen, tar sands bitumen, down to New England. And we're already starting work with people in New England to stop that pipeline. What we need to understand about this is that the big energy industry in North America is driving energy policy, and the way they're doing it is that they're putting trillions of dollars into these pipelines, and then you have to feed the beast by exposing and increasing the production of tar sands in Alberta. So I call it Canada's Mordor. This is not the way you should be developing energy policy in our world. It should be people. It should be, yes, hello? Hi. It should be people. It should be all of us together. So I just want to end by saying that Canada stands with you. You are absolutely not alone. We're going to have to build a movement, not just for this pipeline, but for the Alberta Clipper and the Trailbreaker. We will win this. I believe that President Obama is going to do the right thing. We'll say no to the pipeline, but we then need to say yes to a sustainable, just energy future. Thank you.